first opportunities to look at Buffalo and what they're able to do defensively, and thoughts matching up with them going into Sunday.
Yeah, listen, they're a good team, and they've been a good team, here for a little while. So, a lot of experience in the defense they're playing. Good players over there that know what they're doing. So it'll be a tough test.
You guys have been good at home so far this year, pretty good. Catching them at home certainly beneficial as opposed to having to go and play them in Buffalo, I'd imagine.
For sure. Listen, I mean, we love playing in front of our home crowd. I think everybody does, but we especially do. It's not super late in the year, so you never know. But it is kind of getting towards that point in the year where you don't know what you're going to get in Buffalo. So I'm glad we'll be here for sure.
Just the struggles from last week. You've been in the league for a while. I mean, what do you take away from that? How can you improve to get better this week?
Yeah, listen, you got to keep your head down and just, be able to come in and correct it and be honest with yourselves and do all that. But at the same time, have the confidence to move forward and have a good practice week and do all the things that we've been, working towards all year. I think we've got a good group of guys that can stay mentally strong and come back from those types of things. And that's what we need to do.
How do you get re-engaged, if that's the right word?
Hey, listen, I mean, I think that's one of those things that, I think we just all need to be a little bit better. We need to get everything going a little bit more. I think when you can kind of get everything going a little bit more and you can get confident with running your stuff that, you've been running since training camp, then everybody naturally gets a little bit more involved.
Joe, what do you think of, obviously, big news on Ryan Kelly being out for a while. First, your thoughts on him and also Tanner Borlini stepping in.
Yeah, listen, I think anytime you lose a veteran, there's gonna be a little bit of an adjustment, especially a player like him. But I think the positive for us is that we've had a lot of experience. We've already had a few games this year where we've had to have him specifically step up at center. And, I think any experience is good. And the fact that he's had real-time game action, I think, is a huge positive for our O-line.
Joe, in the grand scheme of your career, what does this opportunity mean for you?
I don't really think big picture when I'm, in the middle of a season and really just trying to keep my head down and go win football games. I think that's a general philosophy probably to get your best, is to just kind of take it week by week. And listen, in this league, you have enough to worry about day to day that you're not really thinking about all the things that, don't necessarily matter in the moment.
A.D. Mitchell has faced his share of adversity this season. For him to kind of get going like he did, make that grab, can that be a bit of a breakthrough point for a young receiver to have a performance like that?
I think so. And listen, I think when if we get him going, then our offense is going to be better off for it. He's a talented player, and he can do a lot out there. So I think it's definitely one of those things that can kind of get you engaged and get your confidence started off a little bit. But like I said, we're a better offense and a better team if he's going, so that'll be good to see.
For you personally, how eager are you to get back on the field from what we saw last week? Because we know those are some traits we're not used to. I mean, now you played a whole lot this year, but we're not used to seeing those type of traits from what we saw in the Vikings. But how about you personally, just how eager are you to get back out on the field?
Yeah, I think that's a general feeling for most players across the league. Anytime you kind of walk off the field after a loss. It's the nature of this business. Besides the Chiefs right now, everybody's had to do it at least once. And no matter what your situation is, it's never easy to, look in the mirror after losses. It's just the nature of this business, and that's part of building a team and becoming the team we want to be, is being able to actually face those challenges and come out and have a good week the next week. And I think, listen, we've had that challenge a couple times this year, and we've done a good job. We just got to continue to do that and trust that our preparation is going to carry us into the game and allow us to play the way we want to.
Joe, what do you think is the key to unlocking the run game a bit more?
I think I talked about it a little bit earlier, and I think we just need to get generally everything going a little bit better. I think that way we can feel like we're at least dictating the pace of the game a little bit, as opposed to letting the defense do that to us. And I think when we can do that, then we can get everything going a little bit better. And as you know, in this game, everything plays off of each other a little bit. So I think it's important for us all to kind of just collectively, trust the game plan, trust our preparation, and go out there and just do what we know how to do, and all those things will come naturally.
How quickly do you kind of move on from the previous week's critiques and go to the next game?
Well, listen, today's Wednesday. We're all eyes on Buffalo, and I wish it was easy as saying that, that was it. I think everybody has a sour taste in their mouth, and that lingers for a little bit. But you can't let that get, in the way of your preparation. So I think everybody's, the way we just went out in our walkthrough and we're focused, I think everybody's got a single focus and ready to go.
Knowing about the Bills and the fact they can put up a lot of points as an offense, will you have a sense of urgency with these guys here? I know you want to get too far ahead, but just how take advantage of the opportunities you have when you're on the field?
Listen, if you start thinking like that and you start trying to do too much, you start trying to look for things that aren't there, that's not for players to worry about. The players just have to go out there and play for each other, have trust in each other that we're all going to do our jobs. When you get into the grand scheme of things, then maybe the coaches behind the scenes can kind of take a look at that stuff. But ultimately, we're following the lead of the game plan and going out there and trying to do what we can to execute that to the best of our ability.